Hello guys, Chris here with Chris's Granite Paradise. Happy spring. It is April 3rd, my daughter's birthday, and also we're so excited that things are starting to get green. These are our tiger lilies starting to come up. Anyway, today I wanted to share with you something some of you know, those of you who have come. There aren't too many opportunities to collect rocks easily anymore, and so I have always offered when people come, we have a couple of options, and one of them is the Garnet dig. when I was in 8th grade, we're talking like 40 something years ago, I went to Holy Rosary Catholic School in Billings, Montana. We'll walk over to get some water here because we're going to need some water to scrub stuff off. And the principal of the school, her name was Sister Mary Jane, I still remember. She gave me a handful of garnets. And those garnets, I didn't realize it at the time, but really changed my life. I was kind of just starting to get into rocks because we live near the river and so on. And oh wow, look at the flowers coming. Oh, those are some flowers I threw away. Sorry about that. She gave me these garnets, and I still remember them. Let's see, that was 1982, I think. So 42 years ago. So I like to give out garnets, and I have a lifetime supply of them, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so here we are surrounded by granite behemoths. A friend of mine called this the canyon one time because it's kind of tight through here, and but it is also the site where the garnets are found. So if you're in northern Colorado, particularly if you have kids that are maybe just dabbling in the hobby, or that you would like to encourage in the hobby of rockhounds and don't really want to spend money, you guys are cordially invited to come here and dig through this sparkly, beautiful mica schist. It's loaded with garnets and what I believe is tourmaline or possibly aquamarine. Those of you who are really up on minerals maybe can tell me a little more. So about 15 years ago, a customer of ours in the granite shop, he specifically ordered from a quarry in Brazil a container load of 7 centimeter thick mica schist for his kitchen. Here is some of the material so you can get an idea. This bench here is made of it, but you can see how thick that is. I mean, it is amazingly heavy because of the garnet content. I think you can see there the garnets. It's a little rusted, but it basically looks like fruit cake because of the garnets and the blue tourmaline. Anyway, I brought home all the scrap of it I could over the years as we processed it and had remnants left over and then sold those. And there were also a lot of thinner slabs in the container load. Beautiful material. So I'm going to wash a few of these off. I won't make you watch while I do that. But here's more of it here. It's actually piled deep here because I've just recently completed this concrete sculpture. Those of you who follow the channel, you know that I dug up an ungodly amount of concrete that was buried under my wooden deck. Well, I built this sculpture that I'm slowly covering with rocks. When I'm done, you won't be able to see the concrete. It's basically just a structure. But so that displaced a lot of this mica gravel. So it's piled pretty deep where it is. And I've already taken out of here, probably about 10 years ago, I dug through it and I removed probably 2 or 3 gallons of just garnets, the loose garnets. And there's tons more because the frost is gradually working on this stuff and exposing and exposing for garnets. So I'm going to wash a few off and be right back with you. Okay, so here is a piece of the sawn slab. Again, you can see how thick it is compared to my hand. I think it's 2.5. We called it 2.5 inches. It might be a little more. But here on a wet sawn surface, you can really see the two minerals that we're after. One is the blue tourmaline, bluish green, could be aquamarine. Like I said, if any of you guys know more about mica schist and the minerals it can contain, please let me know. And of course the garnets. We used to call it fruitcake. The stone kind of looks like a fruitcake when you saw through it. Then the polished surface looks like this. And it was extremely expensive. And look at that tourmaline reflection there. Just beautiful stuff. And I kept all of it I was able to get, and I got quite a bit. So again, this is a piece of what it looks like before it was broke up into gravel. Okay, so here is a very small little pile of gravel that I moved aside when I was, again, building this sculpture with the concrete. And it is just loaded with garnets. I like to call them micro-mount specimens. You find little clusters, beautiful clusters with a couple of garnets, a couple of tourmalines. It's really fun to dig through, and like I said, it's all this. It's all around this sculpture, all this area in between. There's plenty of it. So in a minute, when it's all dried off, I'll show you what I found just in that few minutes that you just saw. Okay, here we have our find. This is my find of the day. A couple of relatively large garnets. Most of these garnets are about 1/4 inch or smaller. I think these are a little bigger. There's also a nice chunk of tourmaline there. And then some other goodies there. So again, this is awesome for people who are getting into the hobby. You're more than welcome to come and dig up a few garnets. Thanks for watching. Hope this has been fun for you. And we look forward to seeing you.